much. So we are heading to what you are bringing on board now, the presentation of your daughter. So we would like your daughter to present those ideas as well. So we want her to inspire other actions within the age group. So thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Ali Maruf Mohammed, please have the floor now. Let us welcome you to the. Okay. Yes, Ali Maruf. Yes, Mohammed. Yes, can you open your mic now? Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you so much for having me. Al-Maruf Muhammad is my name. I am a Nigerian. I am an educator, a passionate peace builder, and an environmentalist. I had over 2 decades teaching experience working with the power holding company of Nigerian Staff School in Shiroro Hydropower Station in Niger State. And of course, there I found the Environment Club. And with the Environment Club, we were able to do so many things. We did a lot of campaign advocacy and of course carried out training. Part of our advocacy is the one that has to do with beat plastic pollution. And we have always ensured that every opportunity to invite stakeholders to come talk with young people to encourage them and let them realize that not just having people that are involved across the world. And also make sure that activities are listed on the websites of the World Environment
Your network is not that strong. Your network is not that strong. We don't know what is happening at your end. Your network is not that strong. You can check the network and you can come up again. You can open the mic again and speak. I think. Yes, you can speak now. Let's see if you are going to get clearer. Yes, we are with you, Mr. Almaru. Hello. Oh, I think, okay. Yes, let's, Miss Nozerana, how are you doing? Yes, let's quickly take, yeah, how are you doing?
Good, I'm good. How are you? I'm just back from a training, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Been busy for the past
training.
Yeah, a bit busy for the past few weeks. I've been to Vietnam for a conference on HR, and then I came back for another training of sustainability, and I just came back from another training of human resources past 3 days in my own country, in Ipoh. I've been very occupied these few weeks.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful. And yes, have you come across any of the Mr. UN presentation? Did you watch the last session?
I did watch from the WhatsApp that you have sent the link, but then we are still working on the book. Remember the book chapters?
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah.
Yes, but then
so what?
I missed out. Is the book chapter segregated among us? Who is doing which part?
Yes. Yes, we will talk about that. I think in the group. We
I've been
trying
scrolling.
To look at.
Yeah, I have scrolled. I've scrolled the WhatsApp messages in our GSLN program. Project leaders group, but I'm unable to retract. Anybody is assigned on any chapters yet.
Yes, I will send you the updates. I will send the updates in the group. We want to take we have 4 topics now. We want to take each of the topic one by any contributor. Then we are going to align everything together. I think in this week we want to actually achieve that. Yeah.
Okay.
But Mr. Yuen, what we are discussing with Mr. Yuen is that Mr. Yuen is a comic creative designer, and we are trying to look at how we can work with him to translate the scientific communications, publications, and also scientific ideas into comic communication for the public. But he is actually having a core focus of his project on climate education for early childhood class and also the youth. And we are trying to create a team around that very project, and we are trying to look at how are we going to actually implement that very project when we develop a proposal, and that is what we have been talking about. He has presented the whole program, and that is what we are actually discussing, that you join the call. Mr. Tuku from Kenya, I wanted to call you earlier before I welcome Ms. Nazirana. Mr. Tuku.
Hey,
Mr.
Dr.
Tuku.
Saeed.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Saeed.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna jump off the call. So I think it's almost 3 a.m. here. So it's my part bedtime.
You actually tried. Calling being on the session in the midnight is a very tough and a very serious one. But I think we have been able to establish something here. The project is actually welcomed by all from the all education, and I think we have been able to also conclude on a very positive note of it's going to be taken up, absorbed by different countries, and the model is what we have been discussing. The schools, how are we going to engage them, how they are going to absorb it, and also how we are going to work with other collaborators that are researchers and scientists that may actually want to work with a comics communication style or designs. Those are the things that we are trying to actually look into. And of course, we cannot take all your nights because you still have some work ahead of you during the day. So thank you so much, Mr. Yuen, for that very beautiful work. Also, I think everybody is actually happy about it, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you,
Mr. Tuko.
Thank you
thank
you for the presentation. Thank you for the opportunity. So you guys have a good day over there. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So let us release Mr. Yuen now. Then we continue to harvest some ideas and conclude for the session for today. Mr. Samuel Tuko, your mic is not good at the moment. Your mic is not good at the moment. Mr. Samuel Tuko, your mic is not good at the moment. Yes, Mr. Almaruf, you can try again. I think maybe your signal is better now.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you better now.
This is Almaruf Muhammad. I am in Nigeria, like I've stated. I used to be a school teacher with the Power Holding Company of Nigeria Staff Secondary School until 2019, due to policy change after the privatization of the organization. So with the new owners coming on board, so they decide to outsource the school. With that policy not being favorable for me, I voluntarily left in 2019. Meanwhile, while I was there, I was the founder of the environment club in the staff school. Within the period where we did carried out a lot of advocacy and campaign, and one of such campaigns plastic pollution, and apart from that also we were not successful.
I think the mic has started again. The mic has started again. Is your phone heating? Is it heating up? Your mic has started. Your mic has started again. Unfortunately, the mic has started again. I don't know. Sorry about that. Yes, Mr. Samuel Tuko. Mr. Samuel, are you there? I think your mic is not good as well. Your mic is not good as well. Your mic is not good as well. I don't know. I don't know. Mr. Ali Maruf, can you try again and continue from where you stopped? Can you try again and continue from where you stopped?
We celebrated the World Environment Day on a yearly basis. And of course, apart from that, we're able to have some of activities within the communities where we give out over 500 eco-friendly stoves to the rural women so as to reduce the level of firewood which they use during their cooking and some other activities. Then apart from that, we also give out 1,000 seedlings for them to plant, especially essential plants that can produce fruit for them. So palm tree, avocado, mangoes and things like that, so that it can reduce their dependence on firewood, which they use and also sell. So then after I left, that was in 2019, I returned back to my base in Oyo State. So when I got here, I found a small local NGO, which is called Peace, Environment and Development Foundation, PEDEF. So it is with this NGO that we have reached out to a couple of individuals and communities. We've carried out sensitization and training to some communities on good environmental practices and of course sustainable agriculture and agroecology. Then apart from that, we were also involved in environmental sanitation, working with clubs like the Rotaract International, working with some youth organizations. We've been involved in cleaning up of some major places in the cities of Ibadan. I was with some organization. We did a cleanup somewhere in Ojo. We did at the same time at Iwo Road too. So, and ever since we've been working with series of organizations involved in campaign, involved in advocacy, and so that is what we do. So I just saw this and on SDSN platform, especially that has to do with early childhood education and environmental education, which is one area I'm so passionate about. And that's why I decided to be part of this discussion or discuss this morning. So that is my short story.
Thank you so much. And you are very much welcome to this very community, and we are happy to have you. And you have done very good work, wonderful one. And I believe you have report of all these very activities. And if you don't have, I will say that you should prepare one, because we are already working on one publication that is showcasing what the advocates and the wonderful.
We do have.
So please package it. I will send the details to you after the.
Okay.
Yeah. So after the session, I will send the details of how to send your entry about your activities. I will send it to you. Please message me on WhatsApp through that very something, so that we can yes, Mr. Mohammed Sakib, thank you so much for joining. Do you want to have a word before you go? And like I was saying, is your organization registered, Mr. Ali Maruf?
Not yet, sir. Not yet, sir. It's just it's at the tender stage. We're just about 3 years old, but not yet registered.
All right. We are going to talk about that later. So, Mr. Mohammed Sakib, yes, you want to say something before you go?
Yes, hi. Yeah, all I would say is thank you again very much. It has been a very good session, I must say. So Dr. Saheed, as always, very impressive show. And combining all the intellectuals from across the globe and to know about their passion, about their projects, I think it's a great honor. And I'll definitely be part of the next session. But at the moment, I need to sign off. So thank you again very much for having me.
Yes, Mr. Saki, please wait just a minute. Yes, we are having an issue, and that is part of the issue that Mr. Ali Maruf mentioned now. And I discussed something with you, and I want us to harmonize our thought. We are trying to register GSLSN in the UK. I think you can facilitate that. And we have somebody that already in support of whatever that it is going to take or is going to be needed, that he is actually ready to support what we want to do. What do you think about that?
Yeah, can you further elaborate when you say you want to register? You want to register as a not-for-profit organization or as a limited company?
Yeah. No, not for profit. I know you have your company. I know you have your company. Yeah, it is not for profit.
Yeah, if you are to register for not-for-profit, we have got Charities Commission here. So all the not-for-profit, they register with the Charities Commission in the whole of UK. So there is a process which involves registering, presenting all your documents, and then they approve or disapprove condition to fulfillment of the documents. So please do so. And I'll share some details because I'm also part of another charity. I used to be the chairperson. Now I've stepped down. It's called Abingdon Muslims. So I've been through all the procedures. Would be happy to help. So let me know what are your missions and just drop me a line. And I'll try to sort of assist you as much as I can.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. So yes, I think because we are trying to look at how we can help different organizations working on the GSLSN to have a kind of a hosting that even if they don't have their organization registered, they can leverage on the GSLSN and also drive their initiative, access funding from around the world, and also have something that they can work with. That is what we are trying to achieve. Mr. Yuan is leading in the US. We are going to hold Mr. Sakib and some other members in the UK to do that for us in the UK. Because we have tried Nigeria, but Nigeria is not working. They say they cannot register that name because of the global aspect that is it. In the myopic interpretation, and we don't want to accept any other name except GSLSN. Let's try to push on another platform. That is what we are working with. Yes, Nora Zakaria, how are you doing? Mr. Yuan has said that he wants to absorb you into his program, and he is advocating that we should look at a way that you can be part of the project. What do you think about this?
It's very good initiative, sir, and I've been working on how to start a program on it. I'm trying to craft as per my my expertise in voice acting and creative writing. So according to my discussion with him, the last time we had a meeting about screenwriting, and this is one of the things I love to do in passing educating people, especially the young ones. So I'm trying to work on the series, and according to the comprehensive sector he educated us on today about the science comic garden network, Neolla network and workshop. So I've been trying to work around it and try to craft a script series like cartoon that goes along with his project. So that is what I am starting to work on right now.
Wonderful, wonderful. And please always carry him along and stay in contact with him so that wherever there is need for you to have some guidance or something,
Yes,
he will
then another thing I wanted
do that. Yeah.
Then another thing I wanted to ask him before he left, and maybe I should just ask about it now, because I've been trying to purchase the ebook. I need some materials for me to be able to understand more about, I'm still learning and I don't know much deeper about it. So for me to be able to craft script to put together the program, I need to delve deeper into the project to understand what it entails. So I need the books about it. So I'm not getting it, and I've tried to order from Amazon, but I don't know. I can't find it on Egypt Amazon here. So that is one of the questions I wanted to ask. How can I get access to the materials? So in order for me to work on it and understand very well.
Yes, I think that's the reason why I said that you should always stay in contact with him and work very closely with him. And what I will suggest is that I know that not all the countries that can access Amazon very easily, and even if you are able to access it, it's going to be very expensive.
Yes, sir.
They have a domain that is very easier for people to actually access, and that was the reason why I asked him to send some other links where the books are available. But aside from that, because of understanding and some of these things, that was I was requesting him to come up with a training that is going to take anybody that is interested in what he is doing, that is going to take all of you on that very training and some other people, so that you can work closely with him, understanding how to work with him better. And that is the essence of it. So you will get more links if you want to get the books. Then you are going to get a special session for training where he can talk more about how he's going about it and how he's actually coming about it, because it is a big project that only him cannot handle for now with the rate of demand. So I think that clarifies what you are talking about.
Okay, sir.
So thank you. Mr. Tuku, can you talk now? We want to wrap up the session as soon as possible. Ms. Nazirana, please wait on the call so that we can discuss the book.
Okay, I think
Yes,
now
Mr.
you can get me clear. I'm clear now.
Okay, please go ahead.
I wanted to ask Mr. Yu on the issue of the global different cultures on his app, the game app, how he can maybe personification. Maybe the games we have today, the only names used in the games are from the English culture, but we have our own names. Maybe if I can play a game where I can feed my name and be participating with my name Duku, I think it can attract Africans more for us not to feel more marginalized as Africans, so that it can be well embraced in Africa. Because the games we have today, all the games you find that you can't feed your name. And I wanted to ask him how do we motivate our schools to embrace the program, since he said that the game can be played from 8 people and more. So I wanted to ask him how we can do it with different schools, and maybe they may compete at schools and reward them. Maybe we can reward them through maybe planting trees, or they win some items concerning there. If your school wins, maybe you are rewarded with a project concerning climate change, in which maybe you can be given maybe 1,000 trees to plant in your school, or the field that I am in of energy saving vehicles, which you can win as a project. Maybe you need some items like books and everything, or accessories. So I needed him to maybe explain more on that, on how we can personalize our names on all our identities as Africans in the game to be able to play the game. because we have Asians, we have different cultures, and we feel more at home when we include ourselves with our names. Thank you.
Well, let me say that if you joined last week and you joined this week, I think Mr. Yuan actually talked about that he is currently working with 8 different countries now, and they try to localize and domesticate everything that they're actually pushing out as in terms of what the content that they are going to use. That even the books, it is not that one for all. It is based on the research carried out in that very country, then their language and their terms, and also their culture, everything is being reflected in what they are going to actually design for those environments. So I think he has talked about this, and that is the situation. So the presentation was just the general one of showing the design and how it is being done and everything like that. So I think that aspect has been properly addressed from his concept of designing local contents, designing the adapted researches that are actually familiar with the context of each of the country and the rest of that. But the question I want to ask you now is that, I think, yes, before I go to the next one, I think you have another friend now that you can work together from Nigeria. That is Mr. Al-Maruf. From what you are doing, is doing similar thing, and also Mr. Wanjuzi from Uganda and some other persons. But what I want to ask is that, how easier is for you to work with schools with this very program? Is it easier for you to work with school on this very program, Mr. Tuku?
Concerning that, we have a database with over 10,000 schools in Kenya, and even if I need a database from Nigeria, I can get it from from my office, and we can share with them the profile, the idea, and then we can visit the schools. That is so easy to do. It's not that hard. In fact, with 1 month, we can reach over 10,000 schools in every country. That I can assure them.
That is.
And then we can maybe plan the meetings.
That is wonderful. So I think that is what I want to clarify. And since that is very easier for you to do, it is well understood that the program will fly in Kenya and some other countries that you have the database to work with. That is very fantastic. Who else has not talked here on this project? Who else? Latifa, I think Anissa has talked in your mind, or you want to talk your mind separately? Who else? Yes, Oladele Kazim. I am liking you to be on the same page with Nora to get training from Mr. Yuan. What do you think?
That was very good, sir. And I'm still at the early stage of learning, sir. So that's why I'm quite silent all the time, sir. So I'm trying to catch up things from my senior mentors and scholars. That's why I'm always silent, sir. But I would like if you can work with an expert or anyone that is senior in the field, sir. That will be another to me, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Yes, Nora, you want to say something? Do it quickly so that we can wrap up the session today.
Yes, sir. According to the question Mr. Samuel asked about the African side of the project, I don't know how to put it. And I also discussed with Mr. Leos about it. He said if I can translate it to our native language, and which I know that even if I translate or voice as a Yoruba lady, I'll still need to convert it or translate it to English for everyone to understand, like Igbo, Hausa, or something. And a Ghanaian who is speaking Twi might not even understand Yoruba, or a Kenya man or Kenya. I don't know how to explain it very well for you to understand. So I don't know if we can discuss it after this meeting, or how I can go about the project. I'm looking at the idea of how I can put I don't know, but I want to make it the cartoon, the voice over to be general, to be able to, and for Africans to understand it very clearly. I don't know how we can make it.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir.
This program is simple, and
Okay.
Mr. Yuan has explained how he is going about it. The first stage is that he is going to collect the information from the researcher and scientists and ask them to interpret it in the language that he will be able to create the comics. Now, it is based on that very one that he will now ask them to localize it into their own languages. He shows some of it that he developed for Chinese. He shows some of it that he developed for other countries as well. So if you are focusing on a particular culture, on a particular content, you focus on it. But the people that are going to consume the content, they will be part of the design and the development of that very project or the comics communication. So that is how Mr. Yuan is working. And that's the reason why I said it needs to train more people so that in their own localization, there will be people that will handle the translation or the conversion at the end of the day. So I think that is not difficult. So that has been well covered in the old design. So, but to implement it in different country or at different levels, that's the reason why we are doing this very communication. That okay, in what field do you need this service? In what system do you need this service? In what country? That's the reason why we are holding this, so that when we are putting the proposal together, we have an overview of how to present the case for the people that want to actually present the project for, and that's what we are trying to do now. Yes, finally, I think we can close the session, except that Miss Nazirana is going to wait behind, and Adebisi, Latifa, and Anissa for the book project discussion. Just 5 minutes, and Dr. Flavius can also wait so that we can discuss about the book, because we need to complete the book this very week that we want to go into. So it has been a very wonderful session today, and we have been able to develop another concept that we want to develop into a project for everyone to participate at different countries, at different levels, and that is the concept of the motto of what we want to represent. Beyond the words, what are the actions we are taking? And beyond the words, we must do something that can contribute meaningfully to the sustainability around the world. So to close the session today, let me call on who will close the session for us today. Let me call on Miss Nazirana to close the session for us today. Thank you. Miss Nazirana, please close the session for us today. Are you there? Miss Nazirana, are you there? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, let's Dr. Flavio close the session for us today. Dr. Flavius.
Thank you very much, Dr. Said, and all the team members that have been on this call for today. It's been such an insightful and engaging session. Thank you so much for all the ideas that have been shared and exchanged. Looking forward to greater progress together. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much to everyone.